Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Wednesday morning Flow Together Wednesdays. Let's see, where's my camera going really quickly here? Okay. Okay, I'm using a slightly different sound system today. So, for comparison's sake, the AirPods were not quite ideal, so we're trying out the Blue Snowball. We'll see if that works better today. Now, during the course of the practice, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. I'll check in at the end of the session. Today, we are going to be working up to Ashtavakrasana, which is our 8-angle pose. So the flow leading up to it, it's going to be a little more chill because I just had I just got my jabby jab and got a little bit of a reaction, and so I'm coming out of it. So I'm going to honor my boundaries today. Okay, we are going to start on our backs. So let's go ahead and get our bolster. Oh, I have blocks for this one. You might not need blocks, but we will be doing our lunge to pyramid. And so if you like blocks for that, then go ahead and have them handy. All right, so get your bolster, get your cushion, something that'll support your spine. And let's snuggle it right on up to the sacrum, sit bones on the ground. And settle our spine along it. Okay, if there's any kind of strain through the neck, like jutting the chin or anything like that, then go ahead and stick a cushion, rolled up towel block under the back of the head. Let's snuggle the shoulder blades under the heart. Couple options for the legs. If you feel fine first thing in the morning, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, you can have the knees wide. If that's a little bit of a strain first thing, go ahead and walk the feet out to mat width and lean the knees together. That's kind of in a broken bridge position. And start to breathe. Start to come into the space. Let the breath help you settle into the time. Each time we do this, we're going to be creating these neural pathways. Now, whenever we step on our mat, we are coming into our oasis. The whole body melts around the breath. The only effort is drawing the breath all the way down into the belly, giving it lots of space to create that lovely exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, or, if you will, exchange of prana. One more breath here. And we're going to roll off to one side. Push the bolster out of the way. And let's bring the knees into the chest. Let's hug them in on the exhale, and on the inhale, we'll straighten the arms. And notice the subtle cat-cow action happening in the lower spine. As the tailbone lifts away from the ground on the exhale. And then the lower back, mid-back lifts off the ground on the inhale as we extend the knees away. Enjoy that rocking action. Exaggerated a little bit. And next time we come in, let's go ahead and separate the knees out. I'll shift around a bit here. Separate the knees out. arms come to cactus arms, and we're just going to roll across the sacrum. Close the eyes, go in. Go in. We have this whole glorious nervous system that interpenetrates the entire body, and yet we tend to hang our consciousness out in our brain, not even our brain, in the space behind our eyes. So go ahead and, as you feel out your movement and feel out your whole nervous system, move the legs around as you like, straighten, bend, whatever feels good, just keeping the rock from side to side going. All right, next time we head on over to the right side, we're going to stop. So let's roll onto the outer part of the right hip and begin. And let's play around with bending and straightening that front leg, reaching out with the left toes and bending out. So we inhale for extension and exhale to bend it in. You can look away from that leg if you like. It feels all right for the neck first thing. Let the breath slow down the movement. And let the movement guide the breath. Okay, we're going to start our rock again. Bring the head to face upward. Let's take a couple rocks back and forth before we now settle onto the left side. Keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Look away if that feels good. And then with the breath, extend the leg. And exhale to just loosen. Reach those toes out as far as they can go. While keeping the outer hip snuggled into the ground. Okay, let's bring it in. Let's come back to center. We're going to take the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long. Let's bring the right hand onto the right knee and make some nice big circles. Explore the entire range in the hip. Slow it right on down. And take it back the other way. So the face is nice and soft. We're going to open out to the right side. Keep the knee bent, and we'll do our extend and straighten and bend. So we inhale to extend out. Still in frame? Yeah, okay. Extend out on the inhale. Reach it out to the side. Keep the left hip into the ground. Extend. Exhale back. Out. And exhale in. Let's bring the knee square to the chest. And we'll straighten the leg. Okay. First thing, our hamstrings might not be awake, so we'll go ahead and just hold on to the back of the thigh. Maybe you're on the back of the calf. Let's make sure the shoulders relax back down. And we're going to draw into our edge and inhale, just back off a little bit. So even here, a little bit of a flow. If this is too much, we can always place the sole of the left foot on the ground if it's too much to keep that leg relaxed to the ground. And let's pull into our edge, release at least one of the hands, and give a little massage to the hamstrings. Okay. Maybe we take both hands into the strings. Say, it's okay, you can loosen up. Soften the foot. And one more pull in. And then we're going to bend the knee. Let's bring the left knee up. We're going to cross the ankle over the knee into a supine pigeon shape, but do not use your hands. We're going to settle our hands onto our forehead. Prayer hands together. Thumbs on the forehead. And we're just going to pull, intensify the shape just using our lower body. So draw the left knee in, roll the right knee out. Okay, our next exhale, let's lift the head. Elbows come to the right shin, right lower leg. And as we inhale, we can reach out. You can keep the head lifted if you like. Hover the heel and the thumbs. Exhale to curl it. Inhale, stretch it nice and long. Just a hover, just a tap to the ground. Really find that pull in through the core. On the exhale. On that exhale. Let's hold here. Hold here for 3 and 2 and 1. Release the legs. Give them a little pedal. Shake them out. Find what feels good for you. And then we'll take the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg long. Left palm onto the left knee. Let's explore the hip joint. Again, drop out of the head. Go into the hips. Back the other way. Next time around, we'll bring that knee open to the side. Keep the right back of the right hip rooted to the ground. And we can either weight the leg down or we can prop it up. And just on the inhale, extend the leg out. And on the exhale, release. Feel free to look away from the extended leg. That feels all right for the neck. Just warming things up. And let's bring it in. Guide it toward the midline, straighten the leg. Maybe we start off on the thigh or start off on the calf, as long as we can melt the shoulders back to the ground. Relax the chin. Exhale to pull into the edge. This morning's edge, no expectation. All right, we'll come into our edge, free up at least one hand, give the hamstrings a bit of a massage. Good morning, thighs. Maybe get both hands in there. So how's it going, guys? And then we'll bring the right foot close to the sit bones, cross the left ankle over the right. We're in like our figure 4 supine pigeon. Just using the lower body to come into the shape. No levers. We don't need our hands. Let's bring our palms together, thumbs at the brow. So tailbone is lifting, but inside, internally, we're resisting the lift of the tailbone, and we're actually encouraging the tailbone to drop down, even as we curl. Let's keep the left ankle, the left foot flexed to preserve the ankle. And we'll go into our pigeon crunches. Let's inhale, nice and long. You can let the head hover here if you want to keep a little bit more engagement into the core. Exhale to tuck that chin in. Just feel all the energy pull in, especially in that exhale. Whoosh, right on in. Last one. And lower down, really unwind the legs, give them a little shake, pedal them out, bend and straighten. And we are going to rock and roll our way up to tabletop. Or so you can, so everybody, let's start with rocking and rolling. If you don't want to get, if you don't have it in you this morning to get momentum to roll into tabletop, just roll off to one side. But first, let's give the spine a nice little massage. And when you're ready, you can roll, hands to the mat, shoot the legs back. Here we are in tabletop. Let's spread out the fingers nice and wide. Grab the mat with your finger pads. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Let's tuck the toes. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward. Exhale, curl the tailbone. Draw the navel in, release the head. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lift the chin, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, curl, pull the tailbone toward the forehead. Let's go ahead and grab the bolster. Bring it to the top of the mat. We're going to settle our upper body onto it. The head is free. And let's set up our hands into a nice chaturanga position. Tuck the toes, press the heels back. Roll the shoulders away from the ground. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale here. And now we're just going to press into our hands. We're not going to lift off the bolster just yet, but I do want you to draw the navel away from the bolster. Pull the elbows in close to the ribs. Gaze is down at the top of the mat. And just impress this shape. Dive into the whole shape, out of the head. One more breath here. And as we exhale, push back up to down dog. And our forehead, more than likely your forehead is resting on the bolster. Just kind of feel that out. See how that feels. Keep reaching the tailbone high. Sink the heels down. Okay, on the next inhale, come up on the toes, draw the navel in, roll it out to plank. Exhale, let's lower down into chaturanga. Okay, let's find that shape again. Roll the shoulder heads back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Find the 90 degrees. Okay, not here, back. Yeah. Grab the finger pad, engage the finger pads into the ground. Pull the navel away from the bolster. Okay, with the shoulders away from the heart, moving away from the ground, push into the hands to lift up into cobra. So pubic bones on the bolster. Let's push the chest forward as we pull the shoulder heads back. And on an exhale, we'll come up to down dog. All right, let's do that. Inhale, come up on the toes, roll it forward. Exhale, lower yourself into chaturanga, supported chaturanga. Inhale, push the heart forward. This time, release the toes, reach back with the toes as we reach forward with the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Lovely. Push the bolster out of the way. Exhale everything, and we'll hop to the top of the mat. Release yourself over the legs, release the hands. In fact, let's bring the hands right on underneath the feet. Bend the knees enough so that we get the toes all the way to the wrists. Use the toes to give our wrists a little bit of a massage. Inhale, a flat back. Exhale, bend the elbows in opposite directions. Lift the tailbone toward the sky. So it's our first forward fold, so the knees can be nice and soft. We're mostly looking for a wrist massage. All right, let's inhale, flat back. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Inhale to come all the way up, press the hips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, back to our mountain. Lovely. Let's inhale the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to take this right hand and just melt it straight down. So what that's going to do is going to drop the right shoulder a lot. Okay, so it's like we're holding on to a big rock. Okay, Reach up through the left hand. Now push the left hips over to the left, and then we can reach overhead. Keep this right hand heavy. Find the core. The core is supporting this one. Inhale to come up. Stretch nice and long up through the outer edges of the feet, and exhale, melt this left hand down. Shoulder melts with it. We're holding on to this nice heavy, maybe we have a, what are those called? Bell weights. So reach up, reach up, reach up. With the right hand, sink the left shoulder. Now push the hips over to the right. Now we can reach over to the left. Where's the core? And inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, let's kind of wake up our balance a bit. So we're gonna sink into the right foot and just inhale the left knee up to the chest. No expectations, and we'll just exhale it back down. Mind tends to, sometimes in those unbalanced days, the mind tends to freak out. Oh, we're doing balances. Yeah, we're doing some balances, no problem. Just not making a big deal of it. Exhale to release. Sink in. Inhale, and we'll hold here for an extra breath. Next exhale. No fuss. Inhale, or sink in through the right foot. That frees up the left foot. Ooh. Explore your balance. Some days you find yourself like an oak, and other days we're willows in the wind. And it's all wonderful. Are we gonna get are we gonna put willows in the negative category? Preposterous. And lower down. Sink in. And bring it up. And then release. And next we're going to hand to big toe pose. So let's go ahead and sink into the left foot. Find the root. Okay. And again, we can stop right here with our knee into our chest. Or maybe we get our peace fingers around the big toe. If we get the peace fingers around the big toe, maybe we can kick the heel out long. Feel free to use this left hand to counterbalance if that works better for you. Okay, next exhale. Let's release the leg, whether it's bent or straight. And we'll stay here for 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Shake out that standing leg. And we'll set up on the other side. So root into the right foot. You got to go down before you can come up. Bring the left knee in toward the chest. Find your stillness. If it's there, if there's a little bit of wobble, that's okay. If there's a lot of wobble, that's okay too. Just explore it. Go, yeah, that's where I am. Peace fingers maybe go around the big toes. Counterbalance with the right arm. Okay, and on our next exhale, we'll hover the leg. And exhale it on down. Beautiful. Shake out the legs. And we'll just empty coat sleeves a twist. And let's find our mountain at the top of the mat. Excuse me. Let's inhale to rise. Let's exhale the swan dive. Inhale, a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back. And lower down to chaturanga. Inhale the up dog. Exhale to down dog. Let's inhale that right leg up, stack the hips, reach up as high as you can. And as we exhale, we bend the heel toward the bum, letting the weight of the foot deepen the stretch. Okay, next time it's bent, we're going to roll it forward. So as we inhale, we come to our three-legged plank. Knee comes to the outside of the arm. Roll it up and back. Exhale, bend it forward. Inhale, up and open. Last one. And we'll bring it forward and step it forward. Let's stay up on the back heel. We're going to inhale to lower the hips. And exhale to come up a bit. And we'll start to make the come up a bit, a little bit bigger. So this is a great place to have blocks. Use them. So as we drop the hips, we lift the heart. And we reverse it. Next time we come down, we're going to hang out. Roll the left hip toward the ground. You can always come down on that back knee if that feels good. And go ahead and look over the right shoulder. Turn the chin toward the right shoulder. Okay, next inhale, or next exhale, we're going to lift the hips into our pyramid variation. You can go ahead and lift the right toes off the ground if that feels good. Now we're going to pull, feel the shift. Pull the right hip back, roll the left hip forward. Scissoring the thighs together. Okay, inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, release the heart over the leg. Maybe we walk the hands far ahead. That feels good. If your toes are lifted, on your next exhale, set the foot on the ground. Let's hop the weight forward into the right leg. Let's inhale for lots of length. And as we exhale, let's fold. So the left toes are pointing to the ground. We have this nice L shape with our legs. Release the crown of the head toward the ground. Okay, check in with the back of the knee. If there's some kind of crunchiness going on, or gooiness going on, then give a little tiny micro bend. That will engage the muscles of the leg so we're not straining the joints. Let's inhale to extend the spine again. Exhale to step that foot down. Let's come into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop it back, chaturanga. Inhale, our up dog. And exhale over the toes into down dog. Inhale the left leg up, stack the hips. Pulsing with our breath. Exhale, drop that left foot over to the right. Inhale, reach up long. Exhale, use the weight of the foot on that left hip. All right, next time it bends, we'll do our little cycles into three-legged plank. So as we inhale, let's come forward. Oh, as we exhale, come forward, sorry. Inhale to roll open. Next time it comes forward, the foot comes between the hands. And we stay up on that back toe. Find our blocks, if we're so inclined. And inhale to lower the hips, offer the heart forward. Inhale to back off a bit. Start to make that back off a bit. Go a little bit higher each time. Next time we come down in our inhale, we're going to stay in our lunge with or without our blocks. Roll the right hip down toward the ground, hug the left hip in, turn the chin toward the left shoulder. Maybe you can peek at the right heel over your left shoulder. Maybe. Keep pressing back through the right heel. Keep the leg nice and strong. Let's bring the head back in. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the hips, lift the toe if that feels good, and find that shift again. Roll the right hip forward, pull the left hip back. Let the crown of the head move toward the left toes. Maybe we can walk our hands far, get a little bit of a shoulder opening. Next, exhale, the toes will come down. We'll shift the weight into the left foot and come up into a standing split variation. So we're going to make sure our right toes are turned down toward the ground. We got a 90-degree angle between our legs. And we're going to little bit of a shift to the heart, aiming for the knee. Release the head toward the ground. Some of you can hold on to the ankle. The balance is there for you. Okay, next inhale, let's get long. Lengthen the spine out. Nice long line from heel to crown. And exhale, let's lower both feet. Sink over the legs. Soften to the knees, draw the navel away from the thighs. Let's roll on up to stand. Head comes up. Last. Let's inhale to rise. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Inhale to come on up. Exhale, twist the other way. So the knees right now are hip width apart. So it's not our full expression of a twisted chair. Inhale to rise. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Okay, shift the weight into the right foot, and we're going to step back with the left. Challenge of balance. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the back knee. Keep both hands on the outside of the thigh. Bring the chest around to the right. Hug this right hip in. Beautiful. Now we're going to pick up that back leg. Maybe we have the space to reach and get it. While we stay up. Maybe we can look back at those toes. And let's lower that foot. We'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands come down on the inside of the right leg. Let's keep the right knee close to the shoulder as we walk the hands out. Maybe we're on blocks, maybe we're not. Let's make sure that the knee stays over the ankle and it's not coming past it forward and it's not winging out. Keep that knee hugging in. And again, let's try to look past the shin.
So turn the chin to the right shoulder and try to peek past the shin, the right shin. And let's square ourselves up in our lizard. Stay right here, or maybe some of you can walk the hands back into chaturanga so the right elbow is hanging out under the right thigh. Just kind of tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Just kind of swing your weight forward and back. Just little shifts into the hands. And one more breath here. As we exhale, we're going to swing that right leg up and back. And exhale into chaturanga, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Finish your next exhale. And we'll look ahead. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, a long spine. Exhale, fold. Feet hip width apart. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale to namaste. Inhale, reach it up, palms together. Exhale, we twist to the right. Drop the hips, bend the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Because the knees are separated, we're going to have to push back against our elbow so that we don't wobble inward. And exhale over to the left. Shift the weight into the left foot. Step back with the right foot. Check out the left hip. Pull it in as much as possible. And lower on the back knee. Release the toe. Hands come to the outside of the left leg to help guide the chest around to the left. Maybe we can see the back of the mat. Maybe we can pick up the back foot and get it. Sink the hips. Next exhale, we'll lower the toe. We'll inhale to rise up. And we'll exhale to the ground. Set up your foot. Ankles right under the knee. Walk the hands forward to come into your lizard pose. You can use the blocks under your arms. Let's breathe the spine long. Out of the hips. Hug the left knee in close to the left shoulder. And I'm going to turn the chin toward the left shoulder and try to peek past the shin. And let's come back to square. Some of you are just fine right here. Some of you might be able to walk your hands under the body, kind of chaturanga-y, 90 degrees. The left elbow is in the meat of the hamstrings. And maybe we pick up the back foot, back knee, back knee. Okay. And just kind of rock the weight into the finger pads. Keeping the elbows, shoulders, and wrists in the same line. Okay, let's come on to the palms of the hands wherever we're coming from. And we're gonna swing that left foot up and back on an inhale. And as we exhale, come into our three-legged chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale back to down dog. We'll bring our knees to the edge of the mat, toes together, sit bones to heels, melt the heart. Palms can come together, thumbs rest on the base of the neck. Release the hand. Draw the navel in and walk them on back. Keep the feet around and release the legs nice and straight. Give them a little shake.
Okay, we're going to bring the legs out nice and wide. Let's inhale, lift the heart, and as we exhale, we'll come into a forward fold. Let's make the journey in 3 breaths. So whether you're starting up here and only coming to here, just walk the hands out, pull the spine long, exhale to walk forward again. Inhale, exaggerate the length of the spine, and exhale down. Okay, turn the feet up toward the sky, but don't use the lever of your hands. That's extra. Your hands are extra. So let's just use the musculature of our lower bodies to keep the toes toward the sky. Keep reaching the tailbone back down toward the ground. Create length through our spine. It's really easy when we use the lever of our hands to turn our thighs up, to actually create some issues after enough time doing this. And I hope all of you are doing yoga for a good long time. It's a wonderful lifestyle, but then we need to be careful of repetitive movements, and hypermobility can actually create issues in our SI joint. So if we're using just the musculature of our lower body without levering our legs with our hands, then we have a much better chance of preserving our beautiful joints.
Finish your next exhale. And let's get the hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the navel in. Stack the spine bit by bit. Shoulders roll back.
Head comes up last. Lovely. Okay, bring the feet in just a little bit. We're going to do our side bends closer in than you're used to. Okay. Let's bring let's go right. So let's bring the right hand to the inside. Use the wrist against the calf to help spiral this left shoulder back behind us. So actually pull the hand behind you. Find the sit bone on the left side. And let's reach up. Keep this left shoulder a little bit behind the right. So we're actually doing a spiral. And then let's reach overhead. Don't let it drip forward. Keep the left arm behind the left ear. And reach. And let's inhale to reach. Come on up. Turn to face the right leg. Reach the right hand back behind you, back by the hip. Here, let's see. Square the chest over the extended leg. And if you have to scoot that leg in to get that, please do so. Aim the center of the heart for the center of the leg. Reach out long. Let's take this left hand to the outside of the right foot, and now we'll bring the right hand into the left side, inner arch, crossing at the wrist. Elbows bend out in opposite directions. Left sit bone roots into the ground. Maybe we can get the left cheek to the outside of the knee. Inhale to look at those toes. Exhale to come on up. Place the hands about halfway between the knee and the hip. Lean over that leg. Okay, let's keep the elbows in nice and close to the body. So they're kind of bending backwards like in a chaturanga. Okay, and we are going to push into the ground and lift the hips. And lower down. Okay, we're going to go up again. This time, let's see if we can lift one of our heels off the ground. So got to lean over that leg first because we got to create space to lift. We got to get our elbows nice and bent. Start to straighten the arms. Hips come off the ground, and maybe the feet come off the ground. 3 and 2 and 1. Shake out the legs. And set up on the other side. And we're going to bring the left hand along the inside of the leg. Pull the right shoulder back behind you. So you can look clearly up to the sky. Okay, rooting in through the right sit bone. Let's reach overhead. Let's keep the right arm behind the ear as we lean into our side bend. Go dive out of your head. Go be another part of your glorious system. Yoga means union. So at the very least, we become connected with our bodies. How are we supposed to experience like the unity of the vastness of creation and the idea of universal consciousness if our own consciousness is limited to here? So getting practice coming out of the head into different parts of your body is a step in the journey. All right, let's inhale to come up. Turn the heart toward the left leg. And again, you may need to adjust if aiming the center of your chest for the knee is a little bit problematic, pull it in, pull the leg in. Let's inhale nice and long. Reach back with the left hand behind the hip. Yeah, fingertips on the ground. Let's reach for the foot with our opposite hand. Try to square up the shoulders. Let's get this right hand to the outside of the left foot. To get that rotation through the torso. We'll take hold of the outside of the foot, then the left hand can come play cross at the wrist, get the arch of the foot. Elbows bend in opposite directions, and some of us can snuggle the right cheek to the outside of the knee. And go to your hamstrings. Next inhale, we'll look at the toes. Exhale, release on up. Placing the hands between knee and hip. Let's make sure we can bend our elbows backwards on both sides of the body. Keep them in close. Okay. Bend over the knee. Take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we'll start to straighten the arms and get the hips off the ground. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Okay, we're going to do that again. Maybe we get our feet off the ground this time. Lean over the leg. Fan out the fingers nice and wide. We're not going to jam into our wrists. Elbows stay close to the midline. Hug into the midline. And push in. And maybe lift. And release. Shake out the legs. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and shake out the wrists too. We are going to be using them because we're working up to our Ashtavakrasana. So let's go ahead and take hold of the sole of the right foot. And maybe we straighten it out. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's make sure our chest is lifted. Our spine is nice and straight. And as we exhale, we're going to bend that knee in almost like we're doing a half happy baby. So the knee is coming under the armpit. Inhale to straighten up. Exhale to pull in. Inhale to lift. Exhale to pull. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Let's see if we can get the left elbow crease into the right foot. And we'll bring it around to, it kind of looks like pigeon with the front line. Rock the baby. So explore the rock the baby. Come forward and back. Sway from side to side. Explore the hip. My friends who are very comfortable with rock the baby, work on pulling the foot off to the left. Which brings the knee closer to the midline. All right, take hold of that foot again. Inhale nice and long. Exhale under the armpit. Okay, next time you come into our half happy baby, sitting up, we're going to take the right hand under the thigh. We're going to try to crawl the knee up to the shoulder. Give a little help. So sit bones are both sit bones are on the ground. Okay? If you like, let's go ahead and curl this left foot in.
We're gonna clamp down on that shoulder. Let's free up the left hand, bring it close to the face, and then to the outside of the right foot. Okay, take a hold. And we're coming into compass. And so we're going to start to slowly straighten the leg. And as we do, our head's going to pop through the hole here between arm and leg. Press into the right hand. Now, some of you can get that leg straight up to true north. Good on ya. And we can turn our gaze out past the left tricep. And breathe. Okay, let's release that foot. And we're going to clamp the shoulder again. Hands come to either side of the hips. And we're going to lift our hips off the ground. Okay. Now, by lifting, it doesn't mean we're going straight up. The hips actually slide back and up. Let's go ahead and, I like to straighten it. Let's start with the left leg straight. Okay, so clamp down on that upper arm. Lean a bit forward, press into the hands, the hips slide up and back. Okay? Now maybe we have space to cross our feet. Okay? Now maybe we have space to start to reach the chest forward and reach the heels out to the side. And then when you're ready to come out, just bring yourself out. Release the legs. Give your hands a shake. Roll the shoulders. Give yourself a hug. Pull the shoulders down. Reach out nice and big. Other arm on top. Pull the shoulders down. Reach the back of the head up toward the sky. Tuck the chin. And release. Okay, now we're going to work on the left leg. So we're going to take hold of the outside of the foot and the arch of the foot and straighten the leg out. So kind of a variation of crane pose. So lift the heart, relax the shoulders. You know, as we exhale, that knee is going to come under the left armpit. Inhale to extend. And exhale to pull in. And exhale. And bend it in. Let's take that foot into the elbow crease of the right arm and wrap around the knee. Now, if that's not accessible, feel free to take the forklift and just explore rocking the baby. Forward and back, side to side. Finding the weight on both sit bones. Let's keep the foot flexed. We don't want to collapse through our ankle. All right, let's bring that foot nice and long. We'll curl this one in for our compass because it looks cuter. Exhale, bring the knee under the armpit. Okay, next time we come in, let's create a little bit of space so we can bring that left arm under the leg, snuggle the shoulder under the knee, and set the hand close to the left hip. Okay? Clamp down on the upper arm. Let's take we're gonna let right hand comes close to the face to get the outside of the left foot. Yeah. Set up nice and tall. Start to straighten the leg, head pops through the hole. Then we can look out past our right arm. And let's make sure the left sit bone is close to the ground. All right, let's release that. And let's reset, get it nice and high off the shoulder. Let's bring the right leg long. Clamp down on the upper arm. And let's keep the hands pretty close to shoulder width. Okay, so we want this left hand close to the hip. And again, we're going to lean forward, and our hip, when we press into the ground, the hips are going to go up or back and up. Okay, so they slide back and then they come up. Okay. Then if we have the space, we're going to cross the ankles. If that works okay, we're going to start to lean forward, reach out with the feet. When you're ready, come on out. Shake out the hands, shake out the legs. Reach nice and wide, lift the heart. Give yourself a hug, pull the shoulders down. Tuck the chin. Other hand on top, inhale wide, exhale. Pull the shoulders down, tuck the chin. And release. We're going to roll on back to the next. Once we get there, play around with the knees. Find the massage your sacrum would like right now. And we'll keep the right knee in, extend the left leg long. And we're going to pull the right knee across the body, come into our twist. Reach out with this right hand. Snuggle the shoulder blade under the heart. Look out over the right hand if that feels good. Now melt the body around the breath. So the breath, there's some vigor happening in the breath as we breathe this right hip down toward the left heel on the inhale, and then exhale, just melt around it. Soften through the feet and soften through the face. And we'll come on back. Hug the right knee into the chest, hug the left knee into the chest. Shake out the head. And we'll extend the right leg long. This time we'll draw the left knee across the body. Keep the left shoulder into the ground. Resting on the outer right hip. Softening through the twist. The only thing that's not soft is that inhale. The inhale is actively pushing the left hip toward the right heel. Finish your next exhale. Let's come on back to center. Both knees into the chest. Hug them in. Give them a nice squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the forehead toward the knees. Tiny little ball. And exhale. Release. Let's walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Drop the knees in together. Press the knees together to lift the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone up. Set the sacrum onto the ground so it's nice and flush. That's how we're going to start. It'll lift a bit when we straighten our legs. Snuggle the shoulder blades under the heart. Hands come out to the side, palms face up. Lift the head, tuck the chin, remove any wrinkles off the back of the neck. Slide that bulge at the back of the head toward the top of the mat. And then release one foot, release the other foot. And heels to the corners of the mat, toes splay away. Couple clearing breaths. And once you feel nice and cleared, just take the next couple of moments to impress on your body, impress on your mind the journey you just went through. Process the journey. There's nothing more stressful than an unexamined life. And the things we do to try to reduce our stress is often the things that our monkey mind does absolutely not want to do. Our monkey mind does not want to look at our stress. Our monkey mind doesn't want to process, because then we have to look at something that's uncomfortable. We have to hang out with something that we're not comfortable with. And so can we hang out here with our thoughts the same way we hang out in a pose that might be uncomfortable, deepening the breath around it, stoking our sense of compassion and courage. So that we can observe these things without judgment, without shame. Shame paralyzes us from doing the right thing, the mindful thing. At a certain level, shame can help us seek to make things right. In fact, I'm going to separate shame from guilt. Guilt can make us feel like we need to correct what's wrong, make it right, try to make gestures to make it right again. But shame often has us double down in order to avoid the issue entirely. So notice if you're avoiding something stressful, and investigate why you might be avoiding it. Stepping back from judgment, stepping back from shame, and breathing in the light of love. Just general curiosity. For the next few breaths, double up your exhale. So if you inhale to a count of 4, exhale to a slow count of 8 through the nose, in and out through the nose. Relax body, mind through those exhales. The exhale of release. And this way, we're linking ourselves to the rhythms of the year for those of you who are in the northern hemisphere. And our nice, slow, long attention to an exhale is spring. Spring is the exhale cycle, the exhale part of the breath cycle. between being inward and being outward. That long unfolding of life and light. A cycle that we're part of, whether we recognize it or not. Finish your next long exhale. Start to bring some life and movement to the feet and the hands. Sway the head. Take a stretch. Walk the feet in. Curl onto one side. Let's take the top hand, whichever one it is, and just curl it behind the back. And let's bring that hand forward now, close to the face, so we can press ourselves on up to our Sukhasana. Let's find a nice, comfortable seat. Get any wiggles out that need to be wiggled out. Explore what might need to be wiggled out. And eventually gyring yourself into a sense of stillness. Let's sweep the arms up and overhead on an inhale. Palms come together. Draw down on the exhale. Let the thumbs rest on the sternum. Relax the elbows. Relax the shoulders. Spine is nice and tall. We'll seal our practice with the sound of Om and our 3 Shantis. So take a nice big inhale. Slow exhale through a small lips. Squeeze out the lungs by drawing the navel in. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Follow your exhale by gently tucking the chin. Honoring the spirit of life and light that shines within you and within all of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for being a part of Flow Together Wednesdays. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. If you have any questions, you can leave them there too. Feel free to subscribe or share or like. All these things help kind of boost the signal. And I hope to see you again next Wednesday. I'll be doing this at least through spring, and then I'm going to be moving outside into a park for some outdoor yoga for my locals who might be living out in east of Vancouver. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. I hope to see you again soon.